Today, we're diving deep into the untold story of Joni Lamb, co-founder of Daystar Television Network. For decades, Joni has been a beacon of faith and inspiration for millions. But behind the scenes lies a complex web of secrets, scandals, and family drama. From her controversial marriage to Dr. Doug Weiss to the shocking abuse allegations that surfaced in 2020, Joni's life is far more complicated than the public image she's carefully crafted. In this video, we'll uncover the shocking truths Daystar never told you and expose the dark side of the Lamb family's legacy. Let's get started. The shocking allegations rocking Daystar Television Network. In recent months, Daystar Television Network, one of the largest and most influential Christian broadcasting networks globally, has been shaken by a series of shocking allegations that have thrust its leadership into intense scrutiny. The Lamb family, co-founders of Daystar, finds themselves at the center of a scandal that has sent ripples through the Christian media community. At the heart of the controversy are allegations made by Jonathan Lamb, the son of co-founder Joni Lamb, and his wife, Susie. These allegations involve the alleged abuse of their daughter by a male family member who has close ties to the network. The accusations have raised alarming questions not only about the Lamb family's leadership within Daystar, but also about accountability and the integrity of Christian media organizations more broadly. The allegations. A web of secrets. The controversy began in late 2020 when Jonathan and Susie Lamb came forward with shocking allegations regarding their daughter's abuse by a male family member associated with Daystar. The claims, which span a period from 2020 to 2021, have sent shockwaves throughout the family and the network. Jonathan and Susie assert that despite being aware of the abuse, Joni Lamb and her late husband, Marcus, allegedly failed to report the incident to the proper authorities. Rather than taking immediate action, they claim that the Lambs tried to cover up the abuse, prioritizing the family's reputation and the public image of Daystar over the safety and well-being of their granddaughter. Jonathan has argued that, in their effort to shield the family's name, the Lambs preferred to handle the matter internally rather than seek independent investigation. An internal investigation conducted by Daystar found nothing substantial, but Jonathan and Susie maintain that the inquiry was fundamentally flawed, as it lacked the impartiality of an external body. The family member accused of the abuse, referred to only as Pete, was allegedly a close relative with ties to Daystar, raising further concerns about the integrity of the investigation and whether it was more about protecting the network than uncovering the truth. The denial. Joni Lamb's response. In response to the accusations, Joni Lamb has strongly denied any wrongdoing. Appearing on her talk show Joy Table, Joni called the claims an absolute lie and dismissed them as a malicious attack designed to tarnish the Lamb family's name. She stated unequivocally that the idea of covering up abuse was completely foreign to her, emphasizing that she and Marcus had always prided themselves on their integrity and faith-based ministry. Joni referenced another incident involving her granddaughter at preschool, where the child had allegedly claimed that a schoolmate had touched her inappropriately. Joni used this situation as evidence to argue that the allegations against Pete were not credible, implying that they were part of a broader smear campaign. However, Joni's response has only fueled skepticism. Many critics began to question whether her public dismissal of the allegations was an attempt to deflect from the real issue at hand. Some speculated that her defensive stance was driven by a desire to protect the Lamb family's reputation and Daystar's public image, rather than a genuine commitment to ensuring justice and accountability. Joni also hinted that Jonathan's allegations were rooted in personal bitterness and disappointment. Following Marcus's death in 2021 due to complications from COVID-19, Joni had taken over as president of Daystar, a position Jonathan had long expected to inherit. Joni suggested that Jonathan's allegations were a response to being sidelined and a way to undermine her leadership within the network. The power struggle. Family dynamics that play. The internal dynamics within the Lamb family have added another layer of complexity to this unfolding scandal. Once a close-knit and powerful family unit, the Lambs played a central role in Daystar's rise to prominence. Marcus Lamb, the charismatic co-founder, became the face of the network, while Joni worked alongside him to build the organization. Together, they were a formidable force in Christian broadcasting, reaching millions of viewers worldwide. However, after Marcus's death, the family dynamics began to shift. Joni assumed control of Daystar as its new president, which was met with resistance from Jonathan. Having served as vice president, Jonathan had long been seen as the heir apparent to lead the network, and Joni's ascension was seen as a threat to his vision for the organization. Jonathan, frustrated by what he perceived as an exclusion from the leadership transition, began to openly criticize Joni's handling of Daystar and its direction. Tensions continued to build as Jonathan and Joni clashed over the network's future. Jonathan claimed that his demotion within the organization was part of a deliberate attempt by Joni to consolidate power and sideline him. According to Jonathan, his firing from Daystar came after he refused to sign a non-disclosure agreement, NDA, regarding sensitive internal matters. He felt that the NDA was part of a broader effort to suppress dissent and prevent him from speaking out about both the abuse allegations and the internal power struggles. In public statements, Jonathan and Susie voiced their grievances, accusing Joni of using her position within Daystar to control the family business and suppress any opposition. Jonathan criticized the lack of accountability within the leadership structure and emphasized that the allegations of abuse were not just a personal matter, but a serious issue that needed to be addressed by the authorities. They argued that Joni was more concerned with protecting Daystar's public image and her own power than addressing the welfare of the family and the integrity of the network. The legal battle. Silence and retaliation. As the scandal began to unravel, Joni Lamb and Daystar's legal team swung into action. Lawyers representing Joni sent letters to media outlets that were covering the controversy, demanding retractions and calling the reports false and unsupported by facts. Daystar's legal team also accused Jonathan and Susie of fabricating the allegations in an effort to damage Joni's reputation and Daystar's image. Despite these legal threats, Jonathan and Susie continued to stand by their claims, asserting that they had evidence to support their accusations. They expressed frustration with the lack of transparency and accountability within Daystar, accusing the network of prioritizing its own image over the safety and well-being of its members. Jonathan contended that the internal investigation into the abuse allegations was nothing more than a formality designed to protect the network, not an honest effort to uncover the truth. The legal battle quickly became a public spectacle, with both sides taking to social media and other platforms to share their version of events. Jonathan and Susie worked to garner public support, highlighting what they viewed as serious failings in the leadership of Daystar. Joni, in contrast, continued to deny any wrongdoing and urged for unity within both the family and the network. As the legal battle continued, the allegations continued to divide the Lamb family, forcing their personal disputes into the public eye. The drama raised critical questions about the integrity of Daystar's leadership, the ethics of the network, and the extent to which personal ambitions and power struggles had compromised the organization's mission. The larger implications: a crisis of faith. The allegations against the Lamb family have significant ramifications, not just for Daystar Television Network, but for the broader Christian media community. Daystar, founded in 1997 by Marcus and Joni Lamb, has long been a leader in Christian broadcasting. The network's reach spanned the globe, providing a platform for evangelical Christians and broadcasting faith-based programming to millions of viewers worldwide. However, the recent scandal has cast a shadow over Daystar's reputation. Viewers who once trusted the network are now questioning the integrity of its leadership and the values it promotes. Allegations of abuse, cover-ups, and power struggles have eroded public trust in the network and its leaders. Supporters are left wondering whether Daystar is truly committed to its mission of spreading the Christian message, or whether it has become another example of the corrupting influence of power and ambition. As the scandal continues to unfold, it serves as a powerful reminder of the dangers of unchecked power and the importance of transparency and accountability within leadership. The Lamb family's journey, from their rise to prominence to their current struggles, reflects the difficulties of maintaining integrity in the public eye. It also raises hard questions about the role of faith-based organizations in today's society and the ethical standards they must uphold. The rise and fall of Daystar Television. Scandals, allegations, and family feuds. Daystar Television Network's rise from a small Christian broadcast ministry to a global media empire is a testament to the Lamb family's vision and dedication. Yet, as the network expanded, so too did the internal conflicts that would ultimately tarnish its legacy. The Lamb family's personal struggles, fueled by allegations of abuse and power struggles, have shaken the foundation of Daystar and raised critical questions about its future. Once celebrated as a beacon of Christian broadcasting, Daystar now finds itself embroiled in scandal, with its leadership under siege. As the family feud intensifies and the allegations continue to reverberate, the future of Daystar hangs in the balance. What once seemed like an unstoppable force in Christian media is now grappling with a crisis of faith, both from its followers and its leaders. The unfolding drama serves as a stark reminder of the perils of power, the complexities of family dynamics, and the need for accountability within organizations that claim to uphold the highest moral standards. The Marcus Lamb affair, a scandal that shook Daystar. The roots of Daystar Television Network's recent turmoil can be traced back to a scandal that erupted in 2010, a year that would alter the course of the network's future. In a shocking revelation, Marcus Lamb, the charismatic co-founder of Daystar, admitted to having an extramarital affair with Jeanette Hawkins, a former employee of the network. This affair, which lasted for 7 years, was exposed during a lawsuit filed by Hawkins, who accused Daystar of fraud. The lawsuit contained damning evidence, including emails that not only confirmed the affair, but also suggested that ministry funds were misused to cover up the illicit relationship. One particularly incriminating email revealed Marcus's desire to marry Hawkins, referring to her as the next Mrs. Marcus Lamb. This revelation sent shockwaves through the Christian community, as Daystar had long positioned itself as a beacon of Christian values. The affair threatened to tarnish the reputation of the network and its leadership, and the fallout was immediate. Despite the mounting public outcry, Joni Lamb, Marcus's wife and co-founder of Daystar, stood by her husband, calling the affair an emotional mistake that had led to inappropriate behavior. She tried to downplay the significance of the affair, describing it as a brief lapse in judgment rather than a full-blown scandal. However, her words did little to quell the public outrage. In an attempt to salvage their reputation, the Lambs appeared on popular TV shows like Dr. Phil, where they sought to reassure their audience about the integrity of their marriage and the future of Daystar. Unfortunately, the damage had already been done. The affair led to a severe loss of trust among viewers, many of whom had looked up to the Lambs as moral guides. The scandal did not only affect the couple's personal lives, but also sparked a wave of allegations from former employees who came forward with stories of mistreatment and unethical behavior within the network. The legal battle and unresolved allegations. As the scandal unfolded, legal battles ensued, with both Marcus and Daystar filing lawsuits against Hawkins and other involved parties. The legal proceedings were complex and drawn out, with allegations of fraud, financial misconduct, and breach of trust swirling around the network. In the end, the lawsuits were dropped without any financial settlements, leaving many questions unanswered. The lack of resolution only fueled the skepticism surrounding Daystar's leadership and its commitment to transparency. Though Marcus and Joni Lamb's attempt to repair their image with public appearances and reassurances seemed to calm the storm temporarily, the affair left an indelible mark on the network. The underlying issues of financial mismanagement and personal misconduct had never been fully addressed, and the public began to wonder whether these were isolated incidents or part of a larger, more troubling pattern of behavior at Daystar. The current scandal, Jonathan Lamb's allegations. Fast forward to today, and Daystar is embroiled in yet another scandal, this time involving Joni Lamb's son, Jonathan Lamb, and the allegations he has leveled against his mother and the network's leadership. Jonathan, once groomed to take over the reins of Daystar after Marcus's passing in 2021, has become a vocal critic of Joni's leadership. According to Jonathan and his wife, Susie, Joni and Marcus failed to report incidents of abuse involving their daughter, which they claim were covered up by the Lamb family. These allegations, if true, paint a picture of a family more concerned with protecting their own than with addressing serious issues within their ranks. Jonathan Lamb has accused his mother of prioritizing the network's reputation over the well-being of his family. He claims that Joni and Marcus attempted to bury the allegations of abuse rather than reporting them to the authorities. According to Jonathan, the family's internal investigation found no wrongdoing, but this was simply an attempt to clear their names. Jonathan's frustration has grown to the point where he has publicly denounced his mother's actions and described her handling of the situation as indicative of a larger pattern of mismanagement and dishonesty at Daystar. One of the most significant revelations in this saga is the dismissal of Jonathan from his position as vice president of Daystar. According to reports, Jonathan was fired after refusing to sign a non-disclosure agreement, NDA, regarding sensitive internal matters. The network claims that his dismissal was due to his failure to meet performance standards, but Jonathan maintains that his firing was a direct result of his refusal to remain silent about the family's actions. This act of defiance has escalated the conflict within the Lamb family, and Jonathan's accusations have led to a public spectacle that has divided the family and its supporters. Power struggles and family tensions. At the heart of this drama lies a bitter power struggle between Joni and Jonathan Lamb. After Marcus's death, Joni took over the leadership of Daystar, a move that was met with resistance from Jonathan. He felt that, as the son of Marcus, he was entitled to take on the role of president. However, Joni's ascension to the presidency left him feeling sidelined and betrayed. Jonathan's accusations, particularly those surrounding the alleged cover-up of abuse, have led many to believe that personal grievances and family dynamics are at play in the unfolding drama. The family's internal power struggles have also extended to the broader leadership of Daystar. With nearly all leadership positions occupied by members of the Lamb family, concerns about nepotism and conflicts of interest have begun to emerge. Daystar's governance has come under scrutiny, with critics pointing out the lack of accountability and transparency in how decisions are made. The network's focus on protecting its image rather than addressing the serious allegations of misconduct has fueled doubts about its long-term viability and ethical standards. Financial controversies and public backlash. As if the allegations of abuse and family infighting weren't enough, Daystar has also been embroiled in a financial controversy that has further eroded trust in its leadership. In 2023, Joni Lamb's honeymoon expenses came under scrutiny after it was revealed that Daystar's credit card had been used to pay for the trip. Reports claimed that over $100,000 was charged to the network's account for the honeymoon, a sum that many saw as excessive and inappropriate for a Christian ministry. Joni defended herself, stating that she used credit card points to cover the expenses and reimburse the network for any outstanding charges. She also asserted that Daystar's finances are audited annually by an independent third-party accounting firm. Despite her reassurances, the public perception of financial impropriety remained, and many began questioning the network's financial practices. Jonathan, for his part, claimed that he had objected to the honeymoon expenses in a board meeting, but his concerns were dismissed by board member Tom Callender, who allegedly decided to cover the costs without considering the validity of Jonathan's objections. This controversy highlighted deeper concerns about Daystar's financial management and its transparency in dealing with donor funds. Critics argued that such lavish spending was out of place for a ministry that claims to represent Christian values. The allegations of financial mismanagement, coupled with the ongoing family drama, have led many to wonder whether Daystar's days of being a trusted leader in Christian broadcasting are numbered. The media's role in shaping public perception. The media's coverage of the ongoing scandal has played a crucial role in shaping public perception of Joni Lamb and Daystar. Journalists and commentators have framed the events as a reflection of broader issues within high-profile Christian ministries, where personal interests often take precedence over moral and ethical obligations. Platforms like the Ross Report and EEW Magazine have provided extensive coverage of the allegations, portraying Joni as the orchestrator of a cover-up designed to protect the network's image rather than seeking justice for the victims of abuse. The media's portrayal of Joni as a leader embroiled in scandal has created a complex narrative, with some defending her actions and others condemning them. Supporters of Joni argue that she has been a steadfast leader, working tirelessly to maintain the legacy of her late husband, Marcus. They see her as a victim of family betrayal and a smear campaign orchestrated by Jonathan. On the other hand, critics accuse her of placing the network's reputation above the well-being of her family, particularly her granddaughter. The public has been divided in its response to the scandal. Many longtime supporters of Daystar have remained loyal to Joni, citing her years of service and dedication to the ministry. However, a growing number of viewers have begun to question the leadership of Daystar and the ethical standards of the Lamb family. As the scandal continues to unfold, it remains to be seen whether Daystar will be able to recover its reputation and restore the trust of its audience.